Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Tiburon in the 5-minute pool on ICC. So we have a Nimzo complex. I've been playing a lot of knight c3, so let's go with knight f3 in this game. b6 is the answer. What to play? Let's keep it simple. I'll play bishop f4 followed by e3. This is a semi-trendy system. Every once in a while someone will start playing this. Knight fd2 is an interesting idea here, so I'll try that. And then play a3, so trying to kick that dark square bishop. Black retreats. And let's go knight c3. And they play for c5 rather than d5. Okay, so I can't play d5 myself. That would lose a pawn. I could take. Gives up a little control of the center, but might be all right. Taking, they'll take with a pawn. I don't know that white has much there. That's a position. It's playable. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take and then play queen c2. Prepare bishop e2 or bishop d3. There's this slight matter about the g-pawn, but hopefully I can solve that issue. So black breaks in the center with d5. Do I want to take? Now let's just develop. So let's go here. If d4, I'm planning knight f3. Move this knight first and then play knight f3 later. But I guess this could get sharp. Okay, let's play knight b5. This player's playing really fast. Knight c6. Yeah. So if take... Feeling that a6 might be a problem. I'll have to watch out for that move. Okay, well, let's just take. I suspect they're going to take with the pawn. Yep. Maybe c5 now. That's about the only move I can think of to try to rescue my knight. Otherwise, a6 is really going to embarrass that knight on b5. Let's see who the shark is. Tiburon. No info listed for him. Okay, let's go bishop g5. Try to counterattack on f6. a6 would win a pawn, though, would it not? a6, knight d6, bishop takes, pawn takes. I can take here first, though. Let's do that. And then go knight d6. They're going to play to win that pawn. All right, I've got some compensation, though. Let's try to transfer our queen over. So now I'm threatening bishop d3. I'll try to transfer my queen over to this wing. Maybe queen g4 check would have been more accurate there. I don't know. Knight c4, attack the queen. I'm trying to keep up with this player on the clock, but it's not easy. Yeah, they've got a nice center now. Those pawns are rolling down the board right at me. Still, I think I have to castle or do something. e4 is coming. That move is getting played ASAP. Can I do anything to shake it up here? I don't know. Doesn't look good. h4, they're just going to go king h8. All right, I'm just going to castle. But e4, that's the move that looks unpleasant. Okay, so let's send this over. At least try to get my bishop out so d3 doesn't totally shut down that piece. d3, yep. Okay, let's play b4. I have a queenside majority. Hey, that's something at least. Rook over, okay. They drop this pawn? No, I can't take it. Their queen is defending. Huh. Okay. This is so painful. Okay, I'm going to come here. So very painful. Seems like a strong player, whoever this is. I'm going to try to keep this bishop on the board for the time being. I need a left move as well, just to make some space for my king to move. I'm currently getting dominated, but it's not over yet. I know my pieces make a very strong impression. Not in a good way on the edge of the board there. Okay, let's go attack that knight. Maybe I can catch him if he's moving too fast. E3 could be played. That threatens mate on G2. E2. I have rook E1. Staring down the barrel at these two pawns. Gotta be winning for black. Should they just display some accuracy here? Yeah, that's a strong move. Strong move. Idea queen f3 or queen takes h3. I'd like to trade the bishops, but hard to do. Bishop b3 doesn't do it. Bishop d7 doesn't do much. I mean, if I had to play king h2, queen f3, I might as well resign because that's just completely terrible. Yeah, I don't see a good way to defend. I gotta play this move. I hate to do it, but I gotta play it. They're going directly for a mate, I think. All right, let's go here. They can still play queen f3. Ah, okay, this is what they're doing. Yeah, that's also very strong. Yep, I'm going to resign. Good game by Tiburon. They used about 2 minutes and totally dominated my position. Strong, 2,500 plus IM. Well, the trouble started out of the opening. I played this line that is kind of funky, and I haven't played it OTB or anything. I don't know it that well, but probably allowing d5, d4 was pretty foolish of me. I think after d5, black's already doing pretty well. Let's go back and take a look. So mixing it up and playing knight f3 on move 3, as opposed to my usual knight c3. And black plays the Queen's Indian. Bishop f4, bishop b7, e3.
Check.
Yep, and check. White can also play knight bd2. Knight c3 is also playable, but kind of the point of this setup for white is to try to avoid playing knight c3 so you don't give black the option of taking and doubling up your c-pawns. So hence I played knight fd2, castles, a3. They drop the bishop back, and then knight c3. c5 seems like a good reaction. Maybe I can play d5 here. The computer seems to think so. I thought briefly about it. Oh, is there... I think I might be remembering. There's a line that goes take and then queen f3, isn't there? Trying to pin the d-pawn because black's bishop is hanging on b7 should this d-pawn advance. Now I'm remembering. There is a line that goes like this. Probably that's what I need to do if I want to play for an advantage. What else? The engine was saying something else. C takes d5. Okay, so what happens if they just grab the pawn? Now queen f3. Yeah, it's the same move. That's a very specific tactical detail. This knight is pinned, and it can take here or here, but let's just say it grabs on c3. I take b7, and I'm hitting the rook, and also that knight is hanging. Yeah, crucial that I remember this stuff. I took instead, and I don't think white has anything after that. In fact, black might be better. So d5 is mandatory. Well, at least I learned something about this line. If I hadn't played this variation, I might not have known that. And maybe I could have made this same mistake over the board someday. But now I will remember. Yeah, so take, take. Now, I would assume if bishop takes d5, it's kind of the same thing. Take and queen f3. So that's the key move. Okay. Well, I took, and then b takes. And now I think it's easier for black to play than white because black's bishop is bearing down on this g-pawn. I want to develop, but I wasn't quite sure if they could get away with this. Take, and then after rook g1, move the bishop back. Let's just say to c6. And I do have bishop h6, but knight e8 could defend, could it not? I guess I have take and then queen g4. Clever. Yeah, and go after this knight. And I assume if here... Bishop f6... Go after this pawn, maybe? Queen h5? Yeah. And the point now is that the bishop is blocking black's f-pawn, so they can't block my light square bishop from attacking this pawn. Well, in hindsight, I wish I would have done something more active like bishop d3 because I played queen c2 and tried to delay the issue about whether that bishop should come out, much to my detriment. That didn't pan out well for me. Yeah, the engine's already giving black a nice advantage. It says black can even hunt down the bishop pair right now, knight h5, and go after the dark square bishop. So d5, I played bishop e2, yeah, allowing d4. Somehow I felt this wouldn't be so bad, but clearly that was a misjudgment. Already we're in -2 territory. I'm kind of scrambling. Mainly my disadvantage is due to this poorly placed knight. Black is threatening a6, and I'd have to plunge inward with knight c7, but then rook c8 would trap that piece. Also, black just has an intimidating central formation already. They have 2 central pawns to my 1. e5 might come to stuff that dark square bishop. I mean, this position is almost lost for me already. I took, they took. I think I did okay to find this move, c5. At least now I have a hook to work with on d6. But e5, I played bishop g5. Bishop g3 might be better. Yeah, I was just going down a pawn at this point. I was a little surprised by this decision, how casually they did that, accepting the double isolated f-pawns, but I don't think I demonstrated anything in the way of compensation after this. I've got this nice diagonal leading towards their king, and they have some pawn weaknesses. I've also got some places to install my pieces, like knight e4 comes to mind, but nothing seems to trouble black too much. I mean, yeah, the knight looks good, but it can be pushed out eventually. Knight g3 maybe to try to control f5. It's not quite enough, though. I'm trying to attack with a few pieces, and black is too well placed for such an attack to work. So queen f5, black played knight e7, good move. f5, also good. Queen f6, holding the e-pawn. Yeah, e4, stuffing this bishop. This looks very well played for black hereafter. I'm just scrambling to try to get something, anything going to turn the tide, but he wasn't having any of it. Yeah, h3. I'm at -6. I'm only down 1 pawn, but the position is already -6. That's how bad it is. It's just, yeah, these central pawns and my lame majority, these pieces out of play. Completely ugly position. Of course, it could be played better by me, but we're still talking minus multiple points of material, according to the engine. Minus multiple imaginary computer points. Queen h4 attacking this knight, but e3 was a good reply. He actually could have played it right here. Or sorry, with this move. Yeah, double attacking g2. If I traded queens, that would again be just a lost endgame. I mean, take check, and any capture is good for black. And I'm just not getting through these pawns. Black dominates the c-file. Yeah, probably here I should play g3. Just to preempt e3. It's not pretty, but it's better than what happened in the game. So queen f4, e3, and I have to defend against the mate threat. Yeah, e2. Now black's got 2 pawns on the verge of just destroying me. Oh, and they even had a nice win here with d2. That would have been a fitting way to end the game. Death by center pawns. And then after I take, the idea is this.
Check.
Rook takes g3. And white is going to the gallows. If I take, that's mate immediately.
Checkmate.
Queen takes g3. If
check,
take king h2, yeah, there's probably multiple
check,
mates, but one simple
check,
one is that. And I'd have to give up my bishop and to avoid mate. Yeah,
check,
g1 also just mate next move. Queen g2
check,
coming.
Mate.
Ooh, so d2 would have been pretty nice by him to wrap up this game. He chose a more practical path, but there was little I could do. Queen h5, attacking this pawn, also planning to bring the queen into f3. So my queen can't stray too far from defending that f3 square. King h2, knight g6. Yeah, and knight e5, and I just threw in the towel. I'm minus, whoa. I was going to say minus 27, no minus 36. No, it's just made a 9, according to this. not even sacrificing my queen can stave off mate for very long. So that's when you know it's time to resign. So we ran into a very determined opponent in Tiburon, the shark. But I'm not that upset that I lost this game because I learned something. And, I mean, that's what practicing online is good for, right? I learned in this variation that if I'm going to make this work, this specific line work, I probably have to play d5. And this is a move that I will check for preparation in the future. So as long as you use your games as training vessels and methods to improve your serious chess, because Blitz is not really serious chess. Blitz is kind of close to serious chess sometimes, but it's more an indicator of your form and a way to test things. So as long as you're trying to extract some lesson from these games, then it's okay to take losses. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.